Hello everyone, my name is Rage, welcome back to WoT Blitz School, and today we're gonna be having some really good games. One of them is gonna be on the skirmish game mode, so 5v5. I think I did pretty well, and I think I used this tank that you see on the screen, the 263, pretty well, so I'm gonna explain what my thoughts were, because I think also the background of what I was thinking was really good. And I just wanna say before we start, I only had these two replays. Like, take into account I cannot feature replays that are not, like, you know, relevant. I want to feature really good replays, or at least good replays, but some people have been sending me like third classes and such, and I just really cannot use that at the moment. It's just for the matter of making the content more engaging. So without anything else to say, remember to send your replays over on the Discord server. You can find the link below, and let us begin with the lesson. So like I said, this is the 263, we are gonna be playing 5v5 skirmish mode, and this is a Yamato Harbor, and we are using like the center of the map. So I'm gonna decide to make a really bold move. This tank is named the YOLO wagon for a reason. So I'm gonna be pushing the right, and here I actually make a mistake. I'm still not used to the maps on 5v5, and I was streaming, so I wasn't really paying attention, and here I just realized I'm going over the red line, so yeah, a little bit of a mistake there, but to be honest, it's just that I'm not used to the 5v5 maps yet. Here the 268 on my team is gonna be a little bit annoying, I won't lie. He was a little bit extra here, and we are gonna be shooting with high explosive on the back of the 120. I see one tank, two tanks on my left, so I decide to start pushing. We are gonna be having a Jack Tiger on our left side, so we are gonna be having to take care of that. There I just try to go for the shot, like just a clutch shot. Those are really hard to, you know, to make happen, but yeah, I think it was a good one. It was a fine try. And here the 268, like I said, he's gonna be a little bit of a nuisance here. I don't know why he was trying to go straight behind me when we're facing one of the tanks with more DPM in the game, and you just cannot sit in front of him. It's just not really smart. So here we are going to be shooting the Jack Tiger one more time. Of course, I have a 263, and the 263 has really good DPM as well. And here I make a decision. My 268 is going against the Sheridan, which is not exactly the smartest move, because the Sheridan is really fast, and we don't have a turret. So here I just realized, okay, my 113 is going to be by himself against the mouse and against an AMX-50B. So I decided to go help the 113. We have really amazing DPM together, and we just burned that mouse down. And now we're gonna be facing an AMX-50B, and I'm gonna just be facing my armor against him, just kind of pushing around, moving, dancing, and he's gonna panic. Like, he just doesn't know where to bend my tank. He's probably not, you know, not exactly the oldest player in the block, but yeah, we managed to just completely get that. The 268 actually gets the kill because he's fighting a 1v1 against the Sheridan. Here I take too long to shoot. I think I was talking with the chat or something, but I just realized, hey, I have a shot. Why am I not shooting? And here we are just gonna be YOLOing the Sheridan. He just cannot. I have the inertia, so he couldn't get away from me. And yeah, that was almost, I think it was actually a no, it wasn't a 6,000 game, but 5,900. You may be saying, yeah, that's not a lot of damage. Well, it's a lot, even in a 7v7 game, but when you're facing only 5 enemy tanks, there's way less hit points. So you can see here, the total damage we dealt was 10,794, so I did over half of my team's damage. So yeah, that was a 263, amazing DPM, amazing mobility, really good armor, and obviously if you use all that together, you can have really good things. This is just a YOLO wagon, and I wanted to feature this small game because it was really fast, and even though it was real fast, I managed to get 6,000 damage. Okay, so now we're gonna be watching Acid Ghost on his E50M. This is ratings, and we're gonna be playing Canal. Let us see how he does, and I just want to say this tank is really great. In my personal opinion, the STV right now is better, but this one is, you know, one of the top tanks when you want to play a medium tank and such. The STB is better in my opinion. The T62A can do really good things, and this tank I think it's around 3rd place. when it comes to, you know, medium tanks at tier 10. Obviously the STV is just amazing, and yeah, that's why I put it there. One really good thing that this tank has is the gun. The gun is one of the most accurate guns in the game. It's similar to the Leo 1 gun, and it has the same dispersion actually. Just the aiming time is a little bit worse, but obviously you have way better armor and whatnot. And we are gonna be watching how the enemy team is all going to the other side. And I think Acid Ghost is doing a really good thing here, just going through this side. He tries to aim at the standard B, but if you check the minimap, the standard B is on the other side, so no shots there for Acid Ghost. And here it's gonna be going straight into the jaws of the wolf. This is not exactly the most the smartest thing to do, but the Foch is actually running to that side, so it actually gives Acid Ghost a little bit of confidence, I guess. That's 4 tanks on that side. They are about to lose a second tank. The motion is about to go down. That's a waffle tractor and Waffenträger. I just call it a waffle tractor like everyone else. But yeah, that waffle didn't really knew what he was doing. There's an E100 there, and luckily enough, maybe here Acid Ghost team loses the motion and the E100, but the enemy team loses a Gorilla and a Waffenträger. Waffle. I'm just gonna call it waffle. And yeah, so that's like a little bit of a trade. You trade 2 heavies for 2 tank destroyers. And let's see how that goes. In my opinion, in this map, Canal, the tank destroyers are more important than the heavies when it comes to value, because the tank destroyers can actually get distance and the heavies don't have as much cover as other maps, especially those super heavies, the A100 and the motion. Here, another shot for Acid Ghost straight into the side of the turret of the A100, and yeah, that's not good. That's a T-54 just completely erased. Yeah, that's definitely not good. I can see Acid Ghost and his Sheridan are losing confidence there. I think the Sheridan just lost... No, he didn't lose a single point of HP after jumping down. He was lucky. He just lost his tracks. The T-110 E3 is now down as well. He was trying to hold the line all the way in the back. In my opinion, the E3 shouldn't be in the back. And that's a really nice bounce. Good angling on the armor. Luckily enough, the standard B shot exactly when he was moving, so the shot, instead of going to the side, went to the front plate, which is a really good result for a friend here. A nice shot on the standard B. I like that focus on the low HP tank. That's a really good shot under the skirt. And yeah, that's definitely not good. That was a really lucky shot from the T-57. That little, like, balls, I know it sounds weird, but those, like, spheres on the side of the turret of the A-50M are actually hitboxes, and they are not really well armored. And the T-57 managed to get that shot in. That was a really lucky shot from him. In my opinion, you were not paying enough attention to him, so that's not good. Luckily, the Sheridan is now getting the Foch. You're gonna be supporting the Sheridan. Oh my god, the Foch is actually reloaded. The Sheridan has to finish him, probably with a missile or something. And the Sheridan actually gets another shot from the Foch because he took too long to shoot. Obviously, when you're in that kind of situation, you just shoot as fast as possible so the Foch doesn't have time to reload. And what an amazing shot. That was a really, really lucky but amazing shot. I really like that you actually tried that. And we're having a little bit of lag issues here, a little bit of a lag spike, because we see that A100 just teleporting around. And that happens on replays, to be honest. A little bit of a lag spike just messes up a little bit with the replay. And here we go. That's a nice try. It goes into the into the gun, possibly, and he manages to bounce on the side, so that wasn't as expensive as it should have been. And now you're facing the A100. Nice shot there. The A100 bluffs the shot, and here I would rather be on your team than the A100's team, because you have the mobility, and having the mobility on a 2v2 I think is really important. There, that was a little bit of a mistake. You thought he was still not aiming at you. You should have checked again in the third person view instead of the first person to see if he was still looking at the Sheridan. But yeah, That's just a little bit of a mistake there, not too big. The Sheridan is still farming the sides of the A100, and you're gonna go on their flank, which is not a bad idea. But you get spotted here. That was a fairly bad move. A nice shot on the side of the A100. The Sheridan is running as he should. A lot of people complain about light tanks running, and I actually had a game on this same map that I featured on my Spanish channel that some people was like blaming me for leaving behind and you know, just being whiny. And I actually managed to get the game there with the bad chat, so yeah. She was just being whiny. That's a really nice shot to the fuel tanks, but you get a really big shot in return. Right now, I don't think you can afford to die. That's a really nice shot to the tracks of the A100. Now it's a 2v1, and yeah, pretty nice shot. This gun is really accurate. So if you use it right there, that shot was a mistake. You should have aimed at his side turrets. If you have the side of the A100, you should aim at the turret. The turret is way easier to shoot, and it's more reliable. And obviously the side turret has like no armor at all if he's completely flat against you. So yeah, that's a really nice game. I think you and the Sheridan took that home really well. I think you got lucky that the A100s, like one of them used high explosive, and I think you get a little bit lucky that the other A100 went for the Sheridan instead of they just going after you. They could ignore the Sheridan because the Sheridan doesn't have the DPM to deal with them that fast, so they could just go after you together, kill you, and then go after the Sheridan. So I think they're a mistake on the enemy team, but of course, if you profit on enemy mistakes is how you get this kind of games. Really good game. That's an ace, plus 51 rating. That's amazing. And yeah, a pretty good game. Thank you for sending this one in. As it goes, it was a good game. You had some mistakes, but nothing too important. If you keep playing like that, you are gonna be having really good results. And probably the biggest mistake was when you were trying to flank the A100s, you were still too close, so they managed to spot you and you just lost the elements of surprise. In my opinion, that was the biggest mistake. But other than that, really good game. You and the Sheridan pretty much carried that game. Now we're gonna be watching No Time to Die on the Object 268. And in my opinion, this tank hasn't been changed since it got like the armor buff, I don't know, like 3 years ago or something. I don't really remember how long it was, but it hasn't been changed at all, and in my opinion this tank is just great. It's extremely flexible. The armor is trollish enough to bounce one or two shots. The gun is just great. It has really good gun. It has a fair DPM, especially for the alpha. And the mobility is really great, and you also have gun depression. This tank, in my opinion, is a really good tank. It's just one of the tanks that I really recommend when you want to go for your first tier 10 tank destroyer. This tank will train you enough to pretty much play every other single tank. Unless it's a gorilla, of course, but you can also snipe with this tank and it's not half bad. And yeah, this tank is just, in my opinion, is perfect. And it does everything, and it does it well. It doesn't do, like, you know, the fudge damage with the autoloader. It doesn't snipe as well as the gorilla. It doesn't bounce as well as the E3. But it can do really good things in all those, you know, fields. In my opinion, the best feature of this tank is having that gun depression, because the fudge actually suffers a lot from gun depression, and you can see there the Jack Tiger is not having a good time. He's gonna be struggling to pen because gun depression is really important in this game, especially if you make it work like No Time to Die is doing here. And yeah, the gun, amazing penetration. You don't need any kind of well, that was a really dumb play from the T92. And here, really nice try on the gorilla. I don't know how that bounced. Probably hit like the border of his tank or something. I don't know how that bounced, to be honest. And here I just would go for the adrenaline and try to go and get the gorilla again. That's an easy shot. Yeah, 901, and that was actually a pretty unlucky roll. But yeah, the gorilla is pretty much out of the game. He has to be out of the game. There, I don't think it's necessary, No Time to Die, to look for a high explosive on the T92 because he only has 547. You would have to be really unlucky and to not kill him in one shot. And I think it's more likely that you miss the high explosive or that your tank misses the high explosive. And there you go for the AP, and of course the tank is gonna go down. Your Kampfpanzer is pushing the gorilla, so that's not an issue for you right now. And you're gonna be facing 2 tier 9s now. And actually your team is doing pretty bad. It's doing pretty poorly. And you can see this DPM and this alpha is really, really amazing. We're already at 5,000 damage. And I really like this aggressive gameplay from No Time to Die, taking a really strong position here. And I like that shot was really important because you made it a 1v1 on that side because you shot the E50 instead of the E75. And right now you shouldn't worry about your left. If you check the minimap, you can see they are not even trying. And your Kampfpanzer actually blows the shot. So you're gonna be having to pretty much finish off the E75. You can do it with high explosive, which you already loaded. And yeah, it's a matter of, aiming right. And yeah, that's no issue. And somehow, even after you already did 6,000 damage, your team completely melted. They went like to the city. The guys that went to the city, I don't know what they were planning. And here, that's a really nice shot on the T57. And yeah, this is gonna be a really big game. And all you have to do right now is probably push the Waffenträger, get a couple of shots in. He has a turret, you don't, so that's a big oof. But yeah, you can do that. You can use your gun elevation. He's gonna be shooting you, and you just have to push right now. And that's what you're gonna do. You have a better DPM, and you also have, well, he doesn't have the commander, so that's gonna just improve your DPM. And yeah, you go for the high explosive there. You don't really need anything else. They are calling you noob, they are calling you like a lot of stuff, but I mean, you got a Kolovanovs with a Radley Welters, 7,661 damage. That's a really amazing game, just farming with the 268. But what I really liked is that you didn't stay on the back of the map, you actually went to a really aggressive position, and that position allowed you to do what you did. So yeah, congratulations, No Time to Die, that was a really good game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was just the proof, guys, the proof that being a tank destroyer doesn't mean camping on the back of the map. Obviously, if you're something like a Guerrilla 15 or something, you have to camp on the back of the map. But moving around, looking for strong positions, using this kind of tank like the 268, the 263 that we saw at the first, that I played really aggressively, the Foch, you can use all those tanks as assault vehicles. And if you manage to do that, and if you actually manage to do that in a really efficient way, you're gonna be destroying heavy tanks because you have the alpha. And yeah, I really like what No Time to Die here did, and he completely carried his team. His team was pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. They did pretty bad, and I'm like, his best teammates were tier 9s, and the other tier 10 just did one shot of damage and that's it. Just a completely really bad team. And luckily enough, No Time to Die was there in a really strong position, in a really aggressive position from the beginning, just completely farming the enemy team because his team couldn't farm them. And yeah, that's what happens when you actually play a tank destroyer as a support and assault. So yeah, congratulations, No Time to Die. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Remember to send your replays over on Discord. And without anything else to say, I'll see you on the next class. See ya.